Chelsea win again, and since that Aston Villa game, they've kind of just looked unstoppable. They've played really well these last couple of games of the season. The team is gelling, the team is going, they're getting key players back from injury, and I'm seeing, you know what, this is what Poch is doing. I think Poch deserves another season at Chelsea, especially considering the mess that's gone on above the manager at the whole club and the growth and development this season. But as a Manchester United fan, it's also really frustrating, and while I'm happy we beat Newcastle, I'm sure you're really happy as well, because now Chelsea in pole position for 6th place Europa League, which, you know, a month or two ago, no one would have thought Chelsea would finish 6th, 5th even, potentially if Spurs lose to Sheffield United. And as a United fan, I can't lie, the fact that Chelsea are probably going to finish above us this season unless Bournemouth produce something infuriates me. And the thing is, they deserve to finish above us. If Newcastle finish above us, they deserve it. If Chelsea finish above us, they deserve it. I'm happy with the performance today versus Newcastle, but we've not been good enough this season. I said it in my last video, there's a lot of games where Chelsea actually had been all right but not got the points, whereas as a United fan, there's loads of games would be shocking, but we've managed to score a goal and come away with the points, like the Brentford game. And Cole Palmer, I want to talk about today. Gusto, I thought had a really good game I want to talk about. I want to talk about Chalobah. I think Chalobah deserves more respect. And I think Chelsea need to stop looking to sell the Chalobahs and their homegrown players and actually sell the players that aren't good enough. I want to talk about Nkunku. I want to talk about, Cucurella. I want to talk about a lot of players and the Chelsea performance versus Brighton, because I think all in all it was a good performance for Chelsea versus Brighton. Reece James got sent off, but to be fair to Chelsea, the ref was awful. How Lamptey stayed on the pitch. Like, even as a Man United fan, I just think that's I don't know how Lamptey stayed on the pitch, to be honest. And Reece James was stamped for his card. The ref was having a mare. But other than Reece James' red card and maybe Jackson being a bit hot and cold, I think everyone put in a very solid performance for Chelsea. But we've got to talk about Cole Palmer. This guy is a joke. This guy is a literal joke. And this weird thing is this is his first season in a Chelsea side that have had all sorts of messes going on. 21 was 20, he's just turned 22 now, isn't he? 22 years of age. First ever season, really, of Premier League football. First ever proper season as a professional footballer. And look at that. Do apologise if you've got a lag spike there. 41 goal contributions his first ever season. 21 years of age, 22 goals in the Premier League for Chelsea under the circumstances that have gone on at Chelsea these last 2.5 years under this season. Ridiculous. 14 assists. But it's the fact that, like, what can't Cole Palmer do? What can't? Because he's such an intelligent player. He's so good with his movement, the runs he makes off the ball, his ability to run into spaces, then get the ball and score. He's so good in the sense that he can score goals. When you look at his goals that aren't penalties, they're screamers, they're headers. And that header today was insane. Like, that is Robin Van Persie-esque kind of header. That is not an easy header to score. The run, the movement, the anticipation, the header. What can't he do? He scores with his left, he scores with his right, he scores perfect hat-tricks, he scored multiple hat-tricks, he puts all his penalties away, he scores amazing headers, he creates chances. He could have about 10 more assists this season if Chelsea could finish. He is putting up better numbers than Eden Hazard did in his best ever Chelsea season, in a Chelsea squad that is very poor. In Chelsea's, one of Chelsea's worst teams with injuries, the circumstances have gone on, and this is his first proper season of Premier League football. He hadn't scored a proper Premier League goal before this season, and all of a sudden he's got 22 in his first season at Chelsea. For me, and I'm saying this as a United fan, he is player of the season, he is young player of the season. Yes, Foden's been good, but Foden's PR is on another level. Foden has been great, Foden's a special player, but he has not done what Cole Palmer's done, even if Man City win the league, because he's done that in a Manchester City squad. Cole Palmer's come in, first season of football, in that Chelsea squad, in those circumstances, and he is everything. He does everything. Headers, left foot, right foot, screamers, penalties, the way he creates chances, the way he can execute the perfect way of passing, the perfect pass from long, from short, to put in these in-swinging balls. He is a fantastic, special player. I actually cannot believe how good he's been for Chelsea. I don't think anyone predicted he was going to be this good. People might have thought maybe this is potential in 4 or 5 years, but no one expected Cole Palmer to hit the ground running like that. And 22 goals. If he scored 2 goals in the next game, he'd be the second highest goal scoring season for a Chelsea player, and he's not even a striker. Just to put that into context. Like, I don't think anyone expected Cole Palmer to be this ridiculously good. It frustrates me, because I think Chelsea are on the way back. I do. I really do. You look at other statistics here, like Hazard's last season, Palmer's last season. Chelsea have got a young squad. They're only going to get better as they have time under Poch to gel. Like, there is a small part of me that is a bit like, could Chelsea be back? I want to talk about Gusto. I want to talk about other things in a second. Obviously, Cole Palmer. I thought Nkunku is, showed what he can do, and I think if Nkunku can stay fit next season, that's a massive game for Chelsea. He's a centre forward that can facilitate his wingers. He can get even better out of Palmer. His ball retention's good. He helps Chelsea with that control, that ball retention. I think he won like 8 out of 10 of his duels, or won a lot of his duels today. He was kept winning duels. He's so physically strong. His hold-up play, his back-to-goal play, his ability to facilitate his wingers. I think he's going to massively improve the whole Chelsea squad, and he got a goal today. And I think he's got more goals in very limited minutes than Anthony this season, although Amad Diallo's just reached Anthony's goal record this season as well. And Nkunku shows elements of what he can do. If he stays fit, that's a massive for Chelsea. But I think Chelsea have got something here. I think the manager market is quite scarce. Tuchel looks to be staying at Bayern. There's not great options out there. You see the Chelsea players are starting to gel. You're starting to see a little bit of togetherness at Chelsea. You're starting to see that team spirit growing. Players are coming back from injury. You've got a young squad. They've needed a year to adapt to Poch. And yes, it was a slow start to Poch, but what you're going to expect. The most important thing you can see under Pochettino this season was progress. It's about getting in the top 4. It isn't about this and that. When a new manager's come in after the mess of last season, where did you finish, like 12? It's progress. And yeah, you were hot and cold at the beginning and Poch in, Poch out, but you actually have to realise this is a long-term project. Arteta's was a long-term project. You could win the league, you probably won't. I think with Poch, I think there's been elements of Chelsea have been bad, but I think that's been wider issues at Chelsea, not Poch. What you're seeing now in these last couple of games, this end of the season, is Chelsea going on a run of games, Chelsea winning games, Chelsea playing good football, Chelsea developing as a team, Poch is building something. Chelsea are progressing, and Poch has shown this season he's progressing, which means next season with the right recruitment, if the board don't go and sell the Chalobahs and the Conor Gallaghers and actually sell the players that need to be sold, and with the right investment in Poch's squad with a young core that is learning Poch's ways, they should develop, because I think Chelsea are back. I think they're beginning to come back. They could finish 5th, they'll probably finish 6th. We'll have to wait and see. But I think the way they've been playing, I think they've been playing all right at most games this season, haven't got the points, starting to get the points. I think they're starting to click. I think Poch is starting to find his way. You're starting to see that togetherness. I do worry that Chelsea will be back. I think the team chemistry is there. I think it is. And they're getting key players back from injury. I'm sure Reece James won't be as injury prone, but if he is, Malo Gusto is a very good player. £26 million is looking like a steal. 9 assists this season for Malo Gusto, which is the same as Trent Alexander-Arnold. And you've got to think, to be fair, Trent's been injured as well. Gusto's looking like a good player. Chalobah had a very good game. I think Chalobah made the most tackles and clearances on the pitch, more than any other player. I think there's only one game Chelsea have lost this season which Chalobah started, which was against City in the FA Cup semi-final. But to be fair to Chelsea, they actually played all right that game, to be fair. And I think, Chalobah deserves a bit more respect. Whenever Chalobah's played, I think he's been very good. I think Chalobah's been very good. He's a solid, versatile, homegrown player that gives 100%. There's certain players for Chelsea, give 100%. They're trying. And I think he's a classy player. I think that he's been good in recent form. I think, Chelsea have really grown these last couple of games. I think Cucurella's really improved. Casado's really improved. Gusto, Chalobah, Cole Palmer's the obvious one. They have some good players there, and I think Chalobah's becoming quite an underrated player. I think him and Badiashile seem to work well. Now Chelsea have now got 4 straight wins in a row. Cucurella's looking a bit more like Brighton. Cucurella got the assist. 22 PL goals for Cole Palmer. 1 defeat in their last 14 games, Chelsea. And Nkunku's back. Key players are coming back. I think Chelsea are starting to build something here. Casado's looking a lot better. It definitely worries me as a rival. And now they're going to finish above us this season unless something crazy happens. And I think if someone had said to me 2 months ago that Chelsea were going to finish above us, I'd be like, what? But, they're one of the best form teams in the league. They're playing good football. They played well today versus Brighton, to be honest. They controlled the game, the controlled elements of the game. They're getting the results. And they've had injuries. They've had setbacks. But I think, Cole Palmer's a good player. And Nkunku's a really good player. Casado's growing and had another decent game. I think Badiashile and Chalobah were excellent. Gusto, Badiashile, Chalobah, and Nkunku probably stand-up players to me. But even though Reece James has been missing, you've got Gusto, and potentially Chelsea might even do Reece James right centre-back, Gusto right back. Look, Badiashile wasn't amazing, to be fair, but I think he looks all right, and there's still potential in there as well. But yeah, anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. See you next time. Bye.